Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've got 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I've conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday to you all. Welcome on in. What's going on, Mr. Wolf, Hassan, Shiny Cornholio? Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. I feel like we're going to get a shiny today. I feel like today is the day one of these two is going to shine. How is everyone doing? How is the rest of your Saturday? Did you guys participate in the safari thingy? Got a zit or something on my cheek. I ended up doing the safari thing for a couple hours, ended up with 6 shinies. I got 2 Magnemites, a second Krogunk, a second Spinarak, an Electrike, and what was the other thing? What was the other thing that I got? It was, Hisuian Voltorb, which I didn't even know was shinyable. Did not do the event. Yeah, I was not planning on doing it, but the weather ended up being better than I thought it was going to be this weekend, and there were quite a few shiny Pokemon, or like either shinies I didn't have, or maybe like lines that I started but didn't finish that I wanted to try and finish. Ari, I'm feeling fine. How you feeling? 136 for Tapu Koko. Dang, I hope you get soon, bud. You're feeling great? You should feel great, Ari, because I finally, after all these weeks, did what you asked me to do, and I felt so accomplished by doing it. Thank you again for sending all those emotes over to me. You phased 12 times. Any good phases? Battling Iono and Scarlet? Nice. You're very happy about it? Good. That's what I aim for. As long as Ari is happy, the world is well. Last Christmas, I gave you my fart. The very next day, I blew it away. I don't know. I don't know what the next line to that song would be. What would be the next line to that song, Razzie? Last Christmas, I gave you my fart. The very next day, they said you were gay. I made it weird. That's what I do, Razzie. That's my goal in life. Is just to make everyone feel awkward and uncomfortable. Tons of them. Nice. I think it's wild that the top switch, the one with Gardevoir, there's something about I've noticed with some of these reset hunts I've done. There's some I don't know if it's the Pokemon, I don't know if it's the area, I don't know if it's the weather. Some of them take longer to load in. Because, like, obviously, we know by now the bomb switch takes forever to load up the game because of um, having to check to see if it can go online. But then the Lopunny ends up spawning in faster than the Gardevoir. This is a very, very interesting thing I've noticed. I know you're all thinking the same thing. Lobo Gaming, you absolute legend. How you doing, bud? Level 19 Armourouge, and you feel like you have too much power? Nice. Yeah, I have so much I need to do. I need to keep playing through on Let's Go. I need to start another save file for... I think I'm going to do Scarlet on the top switch, because the top switch right now plays Violet. I'm slowly kind of phasing out the bottom switch. Dragonic, what's going on, bud? How you doing? Did you have any success yesterday? I do have 2 packs to open. We'll open those packs probably here in the next, I don't know, hour or so. I did finally, in a Wonder Pick, got a Krabby. Which I never thought I'd be excited to get a Krabby card, but that was like the last base card I needed. When does Legends ZA? 2025. That's all we know so far. So, depending on when it comes out, I'm feeling pretty good about completing this challenge. But we still got a lot of work to do. I've been going for the low-hanging fruit so far, honestly. I really got to get the Let's Go games ready to go. I have decided that I'm probably going to cut down on the number of Legends Arceus hunts I was originally going to do, but we're still going to do some of those. I still really want to get the Shelf of Steelix. That's the one I'm most excited about. 167 cards so far in Pocket TCG. Nice. Good morning, Mighty Munchkin. I'm also looking forward to hunting the starters in Let's Go, just so I can deal with an entire chat telling me to do that I'm doing it the wrong way. That's gonna be fun. I've been watching my Australian guy that's been watching Lost. He is, I think today, he's releasing the season 4 finale. And oh my gosh, I love this guy. He's like not the type of person I would like normally, I don't know, hang out with. But his excitement is just so infectious. I'm looking forward to someday us being able to get back into that. $550 soft resets. Come on, Dragonic. That's too many. Actually, that's not too many, but that's still a lot. What has been everyone's longest shiny hunt that you completed? Wonder if Poké Radar and French Safari will return Legends EA. I think with the way that the games are nowadays, with overworld spawns and everything, I don't think it's very likely for the Poké Radar. Friend Safari, they could probably do something neat with that. That would be pretty cool. Longest shiny hunt was Cresselia, no doubt. How many was that, Hassan? I can't remember. I know it was a lot, but I can't remember. Okay, Dragonic, Dialga's still your longest. Okay. Torchic and Violet. Torchic was not a... It took some time. It took some time. Cyndaquil was probably the worst for me in Violet. Tapu Koko is now your longest? I didn't watch the video. I'm very weird about watching leak/rumor videos, but my good friend HDV, posts videos every day talking about, what the rumors are, what the possible leaks are, everything like that. And I saw the thumbnail yesterday, and it made me sick. Uh, he was talking like I just saw that the title was something about rumored upcoming events or something like that, and the thumbnail had a picture of Reggie Drago, and I thought to myself, my lord, if they end up introducing another easier way to get Reggie Drago, I might actually punch a pillow. Jonas Mismagius is actually annoying. It's been a while. I can't remember what makes it annoying. Which starter should I start with in Scarlet? I did Sprigatito in my first Scarlet run, my first Scarlet Violet run. I genuinely can't remember if I did Quaxley or Fuecoco in Violet. What do you guys think? Should I do Quaxley or Fuecoco? Electric Terror with Levitate plus has Confused Ray and Charge Beam. Oh, that is annoying. Reggie Drago is part of another Pokemon Kalos region. We shall see what it really looks like. Dude, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you right now. If they have, like, Reggie Drago available, like, shiny at, like, shiny charm odds of, like, 1365, I'm gonna flip out. James of the Catboy, what's going on, bud? Alright, so where's my Pokemon Go experts in the chat? Where's the people that tell me all the skinny about what's happening in Pokemon Go? I want to know, is there any differences between the event today versus yesterday? Gita is overhated as a champion. I will agree with that. I don't think there's ever really been a bad champion in my opinion. I will say that I always forget, is it Diantha or Diantha? Which kind of goes to my point. I think she's the most forgettable, most overlooked champion. You still have those hunts to do, not looking forward to it? Well, if there's an easier way to hunt it in the future, it might be worth holding off on. Mighty Pokemon changed today, and that's it. Okay, thank you, my Munchkin. Does anyone have a list of what the Mighty Pokemon were yesterday? Because I got all the ones that I saw, but I don't know if that was all the ones. I'll tell you which ones I got. You let me know if I'm missing any. Oh, wait. Let me check this Jinx real quick. Not shiny. Alright, so the Mighty Pokemon I got yesterday were Luxray, Golem, Gyarados, Scolipede, Pidgeot, Toxapex, and Tyrantrum. You recently became a WoW player. Nice. Are you enjoying it? I did WoW for a hot minute back in the day. Nothing against the game. It was a lot of fun. I just find that when it comes to MMORPGs, I get obsessed with it for like a week, maybe two, and then I just kind of fall out of it. The only possible exception to that would be City of Heroes, which I played pretty religiously for a couple months. Are the stats good? Yeah, I mean, the stats on all of them are really good. I didn't get any hundos, but I got a couple that I think were like 2 15s and a 14. How you doing, Dorian? The most frustrating about X and Y is the distance between the first and second gym. Yeah, I do kind of remember that. There was a lot of space between those first two. Tyler Shanks, glad you're doing well. I am too. Enjoy the grounded. Do a private server called Turtle WoW. Nice. Do we need a new light goal already? My goodness, thank you, Dragonic. Tired? Why are you tired, Dorian? Did you have to work late? I also thought it was interesting that one of the research rewards was a Dynamax Excadrill. Totally see what they were doing with that. Yeah, what was the other shiny I got? Hold on, let's see. I got Magnemite, Magneton, Croagunk, Spinarak, Electrike. Yeah, and Hisuian Voltorb. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Primal Unknown. What would a Primal Unknown look like, James? I'm curious. I'm not saying no, I'm actually interested. Because I do feel like there should be more stuff done with Unknown, honestly. As someone that is unnaturally fixated on grammar, I'm still waiting for my unknown comma, my unknown apostrophe, my unknown period, and perhaps an unknown hyphen. Unknown colon and unknown semicolon would be pretty cool too. I remember when Legends Arceus came out and they talked about how there were alphas in the game. I thought it'd be really cool if the unknown alphas were capital letters. About to take on the Firestar badge, and you only have one Pokemon good against fire. Uh-oh. And you have two Pokemon weak to fire. Yikes, Hassan. I remember the first star base that I did, and I did it on stream. I didn't know what I was walking into. And I actually really liked the Starbase boss battles. They did a good job with those different versions of Reverum, where they had a move that would counteract its what it was weak to, and I got destroyed by that one a handful of times. I just was not leveled up enough. Mewtwo, what's going on? Good to see you, bud. I think the star bases were the thing I had the most trouble with because of those final battles. I remember I was like half dozing off when I fought the Titan, like the Dragon Titan, right? Which was the Tatsugiri. I was half falling asleep while I was playing it, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in the battle. I wasn't really paying attention to the dialogue. And so for a couple months, I thought that the Titan was the Dondozo until I heard someone mention in the chat that it was Tatsugiri, and I was like, wait, what? And I went back and looked, and I was like, oh, I totally missed that. Gonna do some training because your Knackley is close to evolving. I love Knackley. I think the Knackley line is a little bit slept on. Now, it might frustrate some people. People might think it's cheap, but I think Salt Cure is one of the craziest moves they've ever introduced in the game. With a team in the 30s, dang. It's from a fan game called Grueling Gold. Nice. Drop it in the Discord and ping me so I can take a look at it. Or Discord. I don't know, general or media. I'm not too. Is media even one of our channels? I don't know. I'm not too organized when it comes to the Discord. For something like that, I feel like something like that is fine in general. Because it's not really related to anything specific. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like a catch-all. Let me take a look at this thing. Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually. I like that. You know what I like about it? If you squint your eyes and tilt your head, it kind of looks like a Poliwhirl face. I approve. Grueling Gold. I haven't heard of that one before. I'm assuming it's kind of like, is a basic idea, it's kind of like a Kaizo version of Gold? Oh dear God, it does. I ruined it for you, James. I'm sorry, I completely ruined it for you. Chronicle Red, but Heart Gold Soul Silver story. Gotcha. All right. So it's also got like all the Pokemon in it too. Cool, cool, cool. Scarlet and Violet have generally your favorite stories of any Pokemon game. I think it's got a good story, honestly. I don't think, well, because it's got a few stories to begin with, right? So I'd say there's like two main stories in Scarlet and Violet. There's the school-related story, and then there's the Area Zero-related story, right? I think the Area Zero-related story is very well thought out and entertaining. I think the school story is, you know, obviously much lower stakes, but I do think it's well written. It's, you know, the Pokemon games for the last few generations have had this unfortunate trend of making the, you know, evil teams like not evil at all, right? Starting with Sun and Moon, starting in Gen 7 and Alola, and then, you know, they had Team Skull, which I actually really liked. I thought it was an interesting take on the idea of an evil team. And then you had the unfortunate Team Yell, and then now you got Team Star. So for not being like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not intimidating. For not being, you know, dangerous. It was an okay team, but I like the story. I would like to see a return to evil teams. I do feel that in that aspect, Pokemon has gotten a lot more. It's gonna sound stupid to say, a lot more kid-friendly in recent gens. I know we're talking about Pokemon games, and I'm complaining about them being kid-friendly, but yeah, the evil team thing has just kind of been watered down to the point of it's not an evil team, it's just a group of people that we have a miscommunication with. Only box art legends are missing at the moment? Okay. Like all the box art legends, all the gens? And I'm assuming when you say at the moment, that means that eventually there will be an update that will include those? What's everyone's favorite evil team? Is it Rocket? Is it Magma? Is it Aqua? Is it Plasma? Is it Flare? Is it Skull? Is it Yell? Is it Star? Or could it possibly be the one from Gen 4? I can't believe I'm blanking on it. Aries gonna kill me. Not Cosmic. Why can't I remember it? Why can't I remember the Sinnoh team? Galaxy, thank you. Thank you, Kitty Cat. Team Galaxy. I can't believe I forgot Galaxy. Or Galactic. Team Galactic. Yeah, Galactic. Catch yourself a Pincurchin and get yourself a Gengar. Do it, Hassan. So Mewtwo says Aqua. Hassan, I'm assuming, says Galactic. I don't know if Hassan was saying Galactic's his favorite or if he was just letting me know what the name I was trying to think of was. Can you have a wave too? Sure. Rival character in the newer games, not as much as the rival in the older games. That too. That too. Oh my goodness gracious. Shinies with the 22 months of membership. Nothing I can do. A total eclipse of the fart. It's my favorite Binding Tyler song. You're letting me know. All right. Thank you, Hassan. Well, what's your answer, though, Hassan? What's your favorite evil team? Okay, bye. I can't believe how over odds we are right now. Team Aqua? Nice. Beefing it with Bonnie. That's a great one. Kit Kat, I have not seen Hell of a Boss. I have heard good things about that, though. I heard that's a good one. I like the animation style from what I've seen. I really need to watch Arcane today. My dad was blowing up my phone yesterday about episodes 7 through 9. And I love my dad. He doesn't mean to do it, but he constantly accidentally spoils things for me. So I need to hurry up and watch it. I don't know which rival I dislike more. I don't know if it's Barry or Hop. Hey, random tuber. In both my Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl playthroughs, I named Barry Shinies for obvious reasons. Lobo Gaming with the 20 months of membership. Shout out to Bonnie Tyler. That's right. Lobo, I'm so happy you're here because I've been holding out for a hero. Till the morning light. He's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. Thought you got a shiny legendary this event? Event's not over, right? Oh, also I did get I did manage to get a not shiny, but just regular leather jacket Snorlax yesterday. I was happy about that. Craziest thing, I went to the park and there was actually a car next to me in the parking lot that jumped into the raid, and I said, oh my goodness, actual physical people. And so I jumped into the raid and I invited some people, and Matt Prokopek joined, and we took down the Snorlax. And then one of the people in the car sent me a friend invite, which I thought was sweet. New episodes coming out Friday the 30th. I think it's called Mastermind. Okay. How many episodes are there at this point? If I were to start watching it, Kitty Cat, how long would it take for me to catch up? Got your Gengar, sweet. Blossom is Mindy, but not evil. Blossom is Mindy, but not evil. Used all your raid passes. Dang. Alright, we're not going to wait for the bomb switch. Up to get one full out shiny in the Scarlet playthrough. You know what? I think there's a pretty good chance. I remember when I did my playthroughs, I got a Flamigo, a Quillfish, a Finizen, and granted, it was Masuda. But I was just working on the finishing the decks, and the second Applin I hatched to evolve was shiny. I know that was across 2 games. That was across Scarlet and Violet. I think I probably got two shinies during the playthrough on each one. You didn't get a shiny until the first Area 0 visit. I bet you'll get it earlier than that this time. 19 episodes, but season 3 will come out in 2025. Okay, that's not too bad. I could probably catch up on that fairly quickly. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Random Tuber. 2 full-outs Flamigos while hunting down a Dracoloak outbreak? That's crazy. Why is there a Makuhita on the beach? Because he wants to get a tan. Are you gatekeeping beaches, Hassan? Shiny's a gifting a membership, and Razzie getting it. It's so funny, because I know what Razzie's doing. I know what Razzie's doing with his memberships. And that's 2 memberships this morning that has kind of thrown him off his game. That's hilarious. You're gatekeeping beaches? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Shinies. That will eventually get us to the member goal of 80. If and when Streamlabs ever catches up. You do your best. Who do you think you are? I am. What? I mean, I can try something. I don't know what that's referencing, so it'll probably be terrible, but... Who do you think you are? I am. I don't know. I don't know if that was good or not. But that was my best. It may not be good, but it was my best. Honestly terrible. Thanks, Shinies. Appreciate that. You must watch the meme. Oh, it's from a meme. Okay. That's why I don't know it. Shinies thinks I pretend like I don't know memes and things like that. I just genuinely don't. You can ask Ari. There have been several times where I've had to DM Ari and say, like, what is this referencing? And then she has to give me a whole history lesson on the meme. Which Pokemon's the best HM Mule in Soul Silver? I would think probably... You love yapping, so it's not enamel off for your teeth. That's a sentence. I don't know. What would be the best HM Mule in Soul Silver? I'm assuming Furret can learn Cut and Strength. Obviously, wouldn't be able to learn any of the water moves, I don't think. What would be a good water mule? I don't know. Anyone got any ideas? What's the best Pokemon Soul Silver to use for HMs? I mean, at best, right, you're only going to be able to get 4 of the HMs on that Pokemon. You just need for Cut. Um, okay, I mean, just for cut, I mean, yeah, I mean, Wooper's actually not a bad call. Wait, does Wooper learn cut? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It learns Ice Punch. Um, oh, yeah, okay, you got Wooper for Rock Smash Waterfall. Yeah, I think, I mean, Sentret can learn cut. I believe it probably could learn strength, too. You didn't have any HM Mons in Heart Gold Soul Silver because there was so much variety that you had 7 active Pokemon cycling at your party at any time to split the HMs up between them. That's also a good call there. Area is very smart. We're the strongest Pokemon, so it can probably learn everything, pretty much. I couldn't remember if I had a Wooper plush, but I do. Look at him, he's so cute. He's gonna hang out with me this morning. Harry, I still love that video so much. It's a beautiful moment. Strength, Waterfall, Surf, Dive, and Rock Smash. I mean, the only things you're missing really are Cut and Fly. Is there a Pokemon that can learn both Cut and Fly? Yeah, it wasn't all that long ago, but it was a beautiful moment. I've only gotten, let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, I think I only got 2, 1 and 8192 random shinies with an asterisk attached. Back in the Fire Red Leaf Green days, I got myself a shiny Unknown Sea, which was my first ever shiny. And I got myself a Geodude, which is now in Pokemon Home as a Golem. Very creatively nicknamed Rocky. But then also in Black and White, I was grinding as one tends to do in Gen 5. I was grinding levels against Audinos, and one day I just happened to notice that I had the shiny sprite in the Pokedex for Audino, which means I ran to a shiny Audino, full eyes 18192. Didn't realize it was shiny, didn't notice. I was probably not looking at the screen at the time, and I KO'd it. That broke my little heart, because that was when did Black and White come out? Was that 2011? Was it 2011 that Black and White came out? So that would have been like 2010. Okay, 2010. So that was 10 years prior to me becoming a shiny hunter. So that broke my little heart at the time. I'm one of those people that would like to believe that after I move on to whatever is after this life, there's a big old book, or maybe I don't know, maybe like a tablet, um, that I can log on to, and I can look at the stats of my life. I can see, like, you know, how many hours did I sleep, how many people did I say hello to, um, and I hope that one of the stats in there is how many total Pokemon encounters I had throughout all the games. How many total Pokemon did I see? Shiny Zubat also broke your little heart? Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Mewtwo. That is a rough story. We're getting a shiny today. I'm feeling it. We're already over odds. We got a good chance. If it's early on in the stream, I already have a couple of hunts that we can set up for. If it's later on in the stream, we'll just go back to Sharpedo. I know Aries waiting for this hunt to be over. Almost about a story of that guy who actively hunting Honedge, encountered around 5,000 and ran, who would do such a thing. Kieran, the important part of that story is the epilogue, where you got it. And good afternoon, Kieran. It's good to see you, buddy. If you run to Fire Red Leaf Green, you'd evolve your Bulbasaur to Venusaur before you left Mountain Moon. Yeah, that's a fair point, Ari. You would think in that case you would have seen at least a couple Zubats. Was it in Fire Red Leaf Green, or was it in Ruby Sapphire, the Altering Cave, that had nothing but Zubats in it? I remember back when that game came out, I was so obsessed with trying to figure out what was up with Altering Cave. And then being very disappointed later on to find out that the point of Altering Cave was that in Japan only there was an event that would change the spawns in that cave. I spent so much time trying to figure out the secret of Altering Cave just to find out that there was literally nothing I could do. Went to the league, got a team in the mid-30s, level 50 Articuno, and level 64 Pidgeot. Nice. I didn't appreciate Pidgeot back in the day. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm talking about, Ari. I think that's the one I'm thinking of, is the Altering Cave and the Sevi Isles. But in more recent years, I've gained a lot of respect for Pidgeot. I think it's actually a pretty good Pokemon. Still not my favorite Route 1 bird. It's in Hoenn too. Yeah, but I think the one I messed around with a lot was in Fire Red Leaf Green. Sebi. Sebi says shinies. Yeah, I think I'm still torn if my favorite Route 1 bird is Staraptor or Talonflame. That was your favorite part of college. Sebi. That's good. Oh. Oh. I was actually out of college when Gen 3 came out, shiny, so I didn't get to experience that. Two Route 1 birds? What's the other one? Why am I blanking? What is it other than Fletchling? Oh, Pidgey. Oh, okay, alright. I was racking my brain trying to think of a Pokemon that was introduced in Gen 6. Gotcha. That is kind of crazy, now that you mentioned that. Everroot just had a million encounters. True. My Staraptor in Pearl was just such a beast. Had like, I can't remember if it was Sky Attack or Wing Attack, but it had close combat. It was just awesome. Love Gen 6 for the root variety and Lysandra. You know what was also cool about Gen 6 is the different colored flowers on the roots. You know what I'm talking about? Because it wasn't just like, okay, here's the Pokemon that are on this route. Like, depending on which patch of, I don't know what you want to call it, which patch of plants you were in, the different areas had different Pokemon. So like the purple flowers would have one batch of spawns, the regular grass would have another batch, the orange flowers would have another batch. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if Zen is lurking, but Zen, I just got your DM. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. That genuinely means a lot to me. In fact, I should probably, in case you're not lurking, I should probably say that in the DM. There you are. You are here. You're hunting for any of the many Pokemon on one of the routes, and you encounter all of the different colors except for the one that corresponded to the color of the flowers. No way. Okay, you're talking about Flabebe? You found all the Flabebes except for the one that would match the flower colors? Ari, did you ever find the Honedge in the tall grass? I feel like that might have been forever ago, but I don't remember ever hearing if you did. Moosin, what's going on, bud? God, I just love saying your name. Moosin. You're in the blue one, and you're in the blue flowers grass. You only got orange, yellow, and white. What the heck? Just another day of getting up to no good? Oh, you gave up on the Honedge? Dang. Zen, I have to share something with you. I was absolutely thrilled about this. I don't know if this is anything up your alley. I don't know if this would mean anything to you, Zen, but I thought of you. So, one of the biggest reaction channels on YouTube is a channel called Blind Wave. And the guys on Blind Wave are just absolute nerds, just total nerds. And I love it. But they finally, a couple weeks ago, started watching Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I was very excited about that because I've looked in the past and have been very sadly disappointed with how few people react to that show. And the few that I found have been honestly god-awful terrible. They should not be reactors. So, they've released reactions for the first 3 episodes of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I've really enjoyed them. You want to go back after you actually have the charm? That's fair. Any name that starts with BR sounds powerful. Yeah, that's correct, Mewtwo. Yeah, exactly, Moosin. So Moosin, you and I are still getting to know each other. I know you've gotten to know everyone in the community very well, and everyone loves you. But I feel like I haven't had too much time to spend with you yet. I'm a huge comic nerd. Have been since like 1990. And yeah, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is probably the no, not probably. It is definitely the best adaptation of the Avengers that has ever been. Um, Let's React. They're watching My Hero Academia, which is one of your favorites. Let's React. I recognize the name. I'm not sure if I've seen any of their stuff. I'm gonna have to check that out, Kieran. Yeah, that series was fantastic. It's everything that I would want it to be. Like, unlike the MCU, I think they do a fantastic job of taking classic stories straight from the comics and adapting them into like a contemporary setting. Signal's not good right now. I'd be lurking. All right, Zen, sounds good. I'm gonna DM you later what I was just talking about in case you missed it. Hubby is big on anime, and his wife watches with him, gets super into them. Oh, that's cool. There's a similar channel to that that I watch, honestly, more for the Avatar stuff, not so much for the anime stuff, but Carly and Ange. I like the two of them because, I mean, Ange is like, he's a cool dude or whatever, but it's so funny watching Carly get all hyped up over anime stuff. Shiny037, what's going on? And Cold Deep, good to see ya. Okay, you know Carly and Ange? Yeah, I like their vibes. They're a good couple. So good, your wife and you are slowly working your way through the older Marvel DC cartoons. I love that, Moosin. I love that. You know the non-CGI anime Clone Wars, best depiction of Grievous of all time? I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the CGI type of animation of the more popular Clone Wars, we'll say, or I guess the longer running Clone Wars. What is Survivor's Guilt? Only know about that phase because of a YouTube short of a cat playing Cards Against Humanity. Oh my gosh. That's true, Kieran. He is. He is. I know how you love your DBZ and your Naruto and your Boba Bobo Boba Bo. Deep, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Shiny037, thank you so much for the 4 months of membership. Calling the Gardevoir. I forgot to put up a poll today. I don't know if I'm going to put one up now. I always thought Grievous was a really cool design. Oh, James, I thought, okay, no, James, I thought that was a joke you were making. If you're actually asking what Survivor's Guilt is, my bad. I thought you were just being like a little tongue-in-cheek. Survivor's Guilt is like, let's say, and Aries probably going to kill me for even getting into this, but it's just a term. Survivor, like, let's say you were in a car crash with a family member or a friend, and you made it out, but your friend or family member didn't. Survivor's Guilt is where you like feel bad that you made it, but they didn't. I mean, it's an unfortunate thing, but it happens. Just they feel bad that like what, like the whole like why am I special? Why was it me and not them kind of thing. That's what it is. Yeah, my bad, James. I didn't know you. I didn't realize you were genuinely asking. You got me really interested in this cat playing Cards Against Humanity, though. I'm trying to figure out my brain how that would work. Get giant Valshine for Hefty. Joyce, what is going on? I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best. I actually would like to get the Lopunny more. Oh, that's the channel name. Okay. How you doing, Joyce? Daniel the Gamer, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. It has been a while. Oh my goodness gracious, someone had just hit that sub button. Thank you so much. If that was you, let me know so I can thank you properly. Sitting with Val on the floor, nice. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Enjoying my coffee. Chit-chatting with friends. Shiny hunting for Pokemon. Hey, that member goal finally updated. Thanks again, Shinies. You were busy? I get that. I get that. No one ever has to apologize for not being here. Ghost Bunny, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. For what? For the gifted membership earlier, Shinies. The Streamlabs finally just updated. And also just thank you for being a friend. Travel up the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I love that YouTube hid that message. Here's next. Oh, Shinies. Oh, Shinies. We need to have a talk. Is that coffee? Sure is. Find something to do today? With Whitney as your witness. I allowed. I'm going to make you feel the full burden of having that creature as a friend. Wow. You two are my favorite frenemies on the YouTube. Neither one of you will allow yourselves to accept that you really like each other. And I love it. Mewtwo, you're a creature? You sure are. We're playing through Scarlet right now, so that's fun. I gotta do that too. I gotta do another playthrough of Scarlet. Joyce with the 23 months, almost 2 years. It's crazy. I can't believe that in less than a month, we're gonna be having people with a 2-month badge. Never spam again, but you'll still ask questions. Nothing wrong with asking questions. Where be the shiny? Or be the shiny? We're almost at 1,700 encounters. It's crazy. Shinies, any luck on the Gossifleur? Oh my goodness, we're getting raided by shinies. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. Gosler sucks. I'm sorry, bud. Thank you so much for the raid, shinies. Not okay, life is good. Life is good. Oh my gosh, do we need a new light goal? Thank you, Mighty Munchkin. Thank you, Joyce. Guys, if somehow you don't know shinies, please go check him out. Believe it or not, he's actually a really good streamer. You're fighting with your brother, with who has more subscribers? What, between you and your brother? Isn't that a pretty cut and dry answer? Something about Nicholas being pale raid. Welcome on in, Carly May. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm drinking my coffee, looking for shinies, talking with you. I can't believe we're over odds in this hunt, though. What even is that? No, it is shinies. I don't know why it's not working, though. Oh, it's without the ones. Okay. Oh, you guys already figured that out. You guys already figured that out. Yes, that's true. That is absolutely true. That I'm not even sure if Ari had been in a shiny stream before she made that. What happened to the Ender Shinies? It's a bit. They just pretend like they don't like each other. Oh, Schwanny Oneies. Schwanny Oneies. Oh my gosh, shinies. You know, shinies, maybe this is the issue. Yeah, this is the issue. Thank you, Ari. That's probably true, shinies. I could definitely see that happening. Do nothing but quote the Big Lebowski the whole time. I mean, I think you're legally required to do that when you bowl, right? And shinies, thank you for saying mouth. You love quoting the Big Lebowski when you bowl. I mean, you have to. Like when I threw a strike and I just go, smoking. You no longer hiding Nick's messages or timing him out, by the way? Okay, thank you. Is that your way of saying to Hefty, this is your problem now? Yes. I'm facing the consequences of my choices. Ari, we can't choose who we love. Was the Big Lebowski? He was just a background character. It's true. You saw a guy with a cool beard. Absolutely, absolutely. That cool beard on that 3-year-old child in the background. Enjoy the gym, shinies. And thank you again for the raid. Very kind of you. Don't skip leg day. Can you skip on leg day? Because I think that might actually be beneficial. When you walk away focusing on not using those muscles for 2 to 3 days and repeating it until those muscles get larger, healthier, will make a better snack if ever trapped. That's, I mean, that is that's a plan. Well, thank you, Carly May. I tried really hard with that one. Ari's loving this. Your legs need a holiday. Mine do too. Okay, goodbye, shinies. Shinies, that would be exclamation point fart. When YouTube starts you at the game for no reason. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's been doing that to me a lot lately too. On mobile. It just randomly will cut back to the beginning stream. Can I try it like George R.R. Martin would? Is it gonna take 10 pages to explain, and it will include lots of very, very specific descriptions of food? You would never have a character in a story named Jack. It would always be something like Jack. Dude, how true is that? I was probably on my third read through of A Song of Ice and Fire, and before I realized that. And there's like, I think there's 2 characters named there. Right, there's 2 characters in A Song of Ice and Fire whose name is that. It took me until like my third read through to realize that that's Jane. And there's Dune with the main guy named Paul. We don't want, yeah, we don't want real names. We don't want real names. Paul, that's just silly. I will never forget, back when Game of Thrones was still airing, it was probably early on, it was probably like maybe 2nd or 3rd season of Game of Thrones. I was at the local watering hole, and I was just sitting up at the bar, and there was a couple of girls that were sitting a couple stools down from me, and they were talking about Game of Thrones. And this one girl was complaining. This one girl was talking smack on Game of Thrones because of the language. And she said, and I quote, "They didn't use words like that back then." Mewtwo, Bread is a good name. But yeah, she was saying that they didn't say words like that back then. I'm thinking to myself, what time frame specifically are you talking about? And then I broke out my history book because I wanted to see at what point in human history on the planet Earth did Westeros exist. Which would have been, a few hundred years after the fall of the dragons. Like, what era of human history did Robert's Rebellion take place? Hashtag something about Betty White. What's going on, Razzie? I can't tell yet if this is a funny story or if there is a punchline incoming. Okay, no, that's just a funny story. I remember one time when I was at my local watering hole and the seats at the bar were incredibly rickety. One time my buddy came in and brought his screwdriver and literally secured the screws. The bartender owner stared at him as he did it. It was funny. That is hilarious. There it is. There it is. I should have known better. Whoa, a Razzie. Razzie is a YouTuber. He does shiny. That's still my favorite command ever. You spelled absolute wrong. You did, but it's okay. I had no idea hefty predicts in adult beverages. I mean, I have. I mean, I'm in my, mid 40s. It would be, I don't want to say weird, but I mean, it shouldn't be surprising that at one point or another, I've had an adult beverage. It's not something that I partake in often. In fact, it's been several years since I've had one. Where's the shiny at? One of these, I think it's the Gardevoir, is not on today's date. I think the LOPUNNY is. So if I remember, it's not a huge deal, but if I remember, when Gardevoir shines, I want to change the date. Remember when you turned 21 and Bella, who was still 14, was like, I know you're having a crazy birthday, and you were just at home playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? That's pretty crazy, Ari. That's a wild birthday right there. So, all right, I'll give you a little story. So when I turned 21, my birthday's in the summer. It's in the middle of the summer. So, like, I've never had like a birthday during the school year, right? Um, so I was in college, and people were turning 21. Like, it seemed like every other week, and it was always this big thing about like, oh, so and so is having their 21st birthday. We're taking them out to the bar, yada yada yada, and it was a big deal. And so I turned 21 at the end of July, and school wasn't in session. Hey, Gina, good morning. And I was feeling a little sad about that. Like, oh, I want the big celebration like everybody else had during the school year. So I got a hold of a bunch of friends from college and had them come up to visit for the weekend, because thankfully my birthday was like on a Friday or something like that. I had them come up for the weekend to hang out with me on my 21st, and I was like, this is fantastic. So it's like 10 of midnight. You love the thumbnail? Thank you, lovely Fire Bouquet, and good to see you. Yeah, that was a collab between Shinies and I, working on that thumbnail. So it's like 10 to midnight, and we get to the bar, and they won't let me in because it's not my 21st birthday yet. So I'm standing outside for 10 minutes while everybody else goes inside, gets drinks, gets a table, things like that. And so I walk in there at midnight, and I go over to the table that they had gotten, and there was like 15 people there, and every single one of them had a shot for me in front of them. And then I thought to myself, why the heck did I invite all these people to my 21st birthday? It was like instant regret. What's up, Rosie? Good to see you. Thank you for the lurks. Kuldeep, I'm doing well. How you doing? Birthday is always on the last week of school for that term. That term always had camp, so you either had to go to school on your birthday or go to camp on your birthday. See, I think it's one of those things like grass is always greener, right? Like since I have a summer birthday, I've always kind of wanted to have a birthday during the school year so I could celebrate with my school friends. But I bet if I did have a birthday during the school year, I would wish I had a birthday in the summer so I didn't have to go to school. Yeah, that was a lot of shots. What is this? Ooh, Doreen, thank you very much for that. Did you miss something? Just typical weird conversations. Keith, good to see you, Keith. Technically just woke up. I've been up since 6, but have been on and off sleeping. Just woke up. I feel that. I've had days like that. You wish your birthday was in the summer? Yeah, like I said, I think whatever someone has, they probably wish it was the opposite. Gina, you're glad it was so memorable. No one said anything about it being memorable. In fact, that's kind of the problem. Y'all ain't even gonna believe this. Let's hear it. It's so chilly, your extremities are cold. You should curl up in a blanket. You got Shiny Marie. Congratulations, Keith. Oh yeah, wild area's going on. Wild area, safari area, whatever you want to call it. Let me fire it up and see if there's anything going on. Cold Deep, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. There's not really much I can do to improve what's going on in your life, but you know, this is always a great place to kind of hang out with people and you know, just kind of forget about your real life worries for a bit. I don't think I did, Gina, but postscript, after the bars closed down, we went to Denny's, as one does on their 21st birthday, and we had so many people that we had 2 tables at Denny's, and I got up and I went to the bathroom, and I came back from the bathroom and I was looking around. I could not find the table that I was at, so I went to the other table and I said, "Hey, I can't find the table I was sitting at." And my friend said, "You were sitting right here," and it was the booth right next to their booth. Clocky, what's going on? You're cuddled up in blankets? That's what's crazy. How are you cuddled up in blankets and your extremities are still cold? That's not right. Yeah, no, I did not. I did not, lovely fire bouquet. I definitely did not. We had to make a executive decision on where things got stopped. We do have a Discord server. Yeah, if one of the mods want to drop a link to the Discord server, and I just saw the sub count just went up. If that was you, let me know so I can say thank you in person. Thank you, Joyce. You bought the Apollo Justice trilogy, which means Simon. Oh, there you go. I'm very happy for you, Ari. All right, I gotta run to the Shiny Hunters room real quick. Here's what we'll do. We'll do another reset, and then I'll run away. What was my best birthday celebration? So in my mid-20s, I was very good friends with the owners of the same bar that I was just talking about. And so for probably 3 or 4 years in a row, I would get together with them and kind of rent out the bar and have big parties there. Those were a lot of fun. Get like 30, 40 people there. I would have it'd be free drafts, discount on certain mixed drinks. We do like karaoke and play like Smash Brothers on the TV, stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Don't leave. Okay, I'm back. Did we get a shiny? We did not get a shiny. Both the girls are snuggled up so closely to you. That's what tells you it's fucking cold. It must be like what, like mid-50s? Mr. Popular. I mean, who isn't popular when you literally buy 3 kegs of beer and say show up and drink for free, right? But no, I had a good group of friends from college I kept in touch with. Low 60s. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mewtwo. Need to be the last game of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. You got this, Aerie. Oh my goodness, Caitlin, that's so sweet of you to say. I can probably think of a couple people. Just so silly with all the gimmicks. It's super silly, Aerie. So super silly. Coldeep joining the Poliwag party. Can we get some hype in the chat for Coldeep? Thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate that. Let's get some hype for Coldeep. Coldeep's going through it right now. Coldeep's having a little bit of a rough time. Let's all get some hype for Coldeep. Great guy. Billy, good morning. That's weird. That membership immediately updated on Streamlabs, but the gifted membership took like 15 minutes. Billy, how's your morning going? Be lying if you said you didn't like Hefty. I appreciate that. Keith with the 18 months. Keep looking up Coldeep. That's right. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child. Things will get brighter. Jerry, not so. What's going on? How was breakfast yesterday? Oh, I didn't think about that area. Yeah, since you guys don't really use air conditioning, you just have like open, flowy houses. Yeah, I imagine when it does get cold, that would get cold. Time to get started. Let's get it started, Billy. Let's get it started in here. Brekkie was good. Went to a place a bit far, but the food is always amazing. Glad you got to go. Nice. Favorite vacation? That's a good question, Gina. I am going to start this conversation by saying that my dad was in the military. And so for my freshman through junior years of high school, I actually lived in Germany. So I went on lots of trips to European countries. But I was also a teenager that hated everything and just wanted to hang out with my friends and didn't have any sort of gratitude or appreciation for any of the trips I went on. So while I went to a lot of great places in Europe, you know, Paris, Rome, Verona, uh, Switzerland, Madrid, Portugal, things like that. I just complained the entire time because I want to hang out with my friends. So I can't count those because I don't really have very strong memories of them. So I would say that my best vacation ever was, I don't know why. Hold on a second. I got some tickle in my throat. In 2009, I went to Hawaii for a week, and it was exclusively to go on the tour. It was to go on the Lost tour to see all the different filming locations of the TV show Lost, but also it was, you know, a hotel on Oahu on the beach, and yeah, that was a fantastic week. I would go with the Personally, James, I would go with the first option. I think the EI sounds better. Lost is phenomenal. Gina, tell me about it. No spoilers, though, Gina. No spoilers. Ari is currently watching Lost for the first time, and she's just about halfway through season 3. Sounds like a horrible vacation. Sorry you had to go. Jerry. Jerry, you're silly. You're silly Billy. We don't have a lot of rules in this chat, but one thing that I will not tolerate is Lost spoilers. And I'm not even joking. Can introduce all Hefty members and friends to you? I mean, that's gonna take some time. That will definitely take some time, Coldy. But I'll tell you what, everyone that's here right now knows ya, and you know, everyone here is very friendly. And as more people come in, you get to meet them too. Where do I want to go next? So my bucket list. I don't know what that means. My bucket list places. I would still Pixar's car spoilers. Oh yeah, we can do those all day long, Keith. That's fine. Bucket list places: Scotland, Australia, Japan. Yeah, those are the big three. Those are the big three. I would like to go to each of those places at some point in my life. You know, they're feeling so frustrating. Most of the coolest trips happened when you were a child. You had no idea what was happening. Yeah, exactly. I wish I wasn't such a little butthole when I was a teenager. It was, you know, in hindsight, it was so cool that I got to have that experience. It was so cool that my parents were able to take me to literal historic places, like places that have been around for centuries upon centuries, that have so much historical significance, and getting to experience that with my own eyes, and not having the appreciation for it. One thing that I do, yeah, I mean, I know that's all teens, Ari. That's true. Like, I'm not trying to be like harsher on myself than what any other teen would be in the situation. I just wish that wouldn't have been the case. One thing I do vividly remember, though, was going up into the Alps and being at an outlook. It's like a scenic outlook place, like a rest area, and being on this outlook, being on this patio basically, and looking down at the clouds. That was cool. You also want to go to Australia? Sweet, Coldeep. Yeah, I'd love to go sometime. I'm not gonna lie, part of it is just I am absolutely enamored with the Australian accent. I think it is the best accent in the entire world, personally. And no, Ari, I'm not saying I don't like the other accents. Just for some reason, Australian accent is the best. My goodness gracious, Jerry just joined the Polywag party. Let's get some hype for Jerry. All right, let's catch up on what Keith is telling us. So basically, Lightning McQueen gets in trouble for driving like a dink in this little town. He's forced to help repave the road he destroyed, and he's a very nice car named Mater. Once he finally shows the true colors to the townsfolk, retired pro racer Doc Hudson shows him how to drive like a pro, then he goes on to win the Piston Cup. Thank you for that, Keith. Now I never have to watch Cars. Strips on the Barbie, am I right? Something like that. Hefty, why do you hate my accent? Because, I mean, you sound like a drunk Muppet when you talk. How can I not? Yeah, I don't want to deal with the Australian spiders. That's true. You were on season 4 of that show. You're afraid of kangaroos. A drunket, yeah. You sound like a drunket, a drunk Muppet. Mr. Wolf, what's going on? Have you been lurking this whole time? 35 likes. Thank you guys so much. One of your colleagues at work is in Australia right now, whilst his husband stayed home gaming, trying to work out who's having a better time. Fair. You want to go watch Aurelius box with a kangaroo? Dude, that would be amazing. I would love to see that. What a beautiful human being. Spiders seem insignificant when you visit great places of Australia. Yeah, I mean, as long as the places we go aren't infested with spiders, I think we'll be okay. Aurelius box a box jellyfish too. That would be. I just want to see Aurelius box animals. I didn't realize it's something I needed until now, but I just want to. I just want there to be a channel of nothing but Aurelius boxing animals. So I'm back and forth from you and Nick, and here's the story. Nice. Well, thank you for hanging out, Mr. Wolf. He's doing a home and away tour, which is an Aussie soap. Okay. So, like, visiting all the locations that they filmed, kind of like I was saying with Lost in Hawaii. Really hard to get a reservation at the Pokemon Cafe. What, in Pokemon Cafe Remix? It is hard. They only seat people one at a time, and you have to go through, like, a whole rigmarole to even seat them. Could you imagine going to a restaurant and being like, hi, can I get a table? And they're like, sure. Give me an hour and a half to do these mini puzzles in order to get enough thingies to give you a table. He's in Sydney right now? Nice. You know, that would be another reason I'd like to go to Australia, which I never really thought about, is, you know, Lost. Like, Australia's a big part of Lost, too, right? Like, the flight took off from Sydney. I would like to check out Sydney from that aspect, too. What about Discord? What about Discord? We did drop a link earlier. Ari's going to drop it again here. If you're able to click on that link, that'll take you to the Discord. If you're on mobile, you might not be able to click on that link, but if you're on a computer, you should be able to. Not Datcord, Jerry. Discord. It's pretty cool the Pokemon are cooking your meal, though. That is true. Oh, in real life in Japan. Oh, I didn't know there was a Pokemon... I mean, it makes sense. If you said there's a Pokemon Cafe in Japan, I would take you at your word. That does make sense. I just didn't realize that's what we were talking about. Not Decor. Not Discord. Oh my gosh, Jerry. You want to go to Australia when it isn't spider season? Is there an actual spider season in Australia? Is there better times and worse times to go because of the spiders? Sorry, it's your first day. It's okay. You'll understand. You'll get better. Have you seen the spider rain? No, that sounds terrifying. You're arachnophobic? I'm okay with a spider. I don't have problems with a spider. I have problems with a bunch of spiders. Like, you guys, have you seen those videos of, like, the people, they're, like, in their house, and they're like, oh, what's this thing up here? We don't know what this thing is in the corner of the ceiling, and they poke it, and then, like, hundreds of spiders come out? That is not what I want. It's the worst ever weather event to exist. They should make a movie about spider rain. Their toilets flush the other way. I know. I learned that on The Simpsons. Just using the toilet, they supposedly have snakes just chilling there. Those snakes are nasty. Why would you want to hang out in a toilet? There was this one time, it was probably about a year ago at work. My office is like 15 feet from the girls' bathroom. And I'm just sitting at my desk working as I do, you know, watching Chem Nation. And I just hear this god-awful shriek from a lady in the bathroom. I'm like, what the heck is going on? She runs out of the bathroom, slams the door shut, and she's like, there's a snake in there. So apparently she went into the bathroom, didn't notice it, sat down, and while she was sitting there, she noticed over by the sink there was a spider just chilling on the floor, and she freaked out and ran out. And so then we had to catch the snake and let it go outside. It was crazy. I might still have the picture of it. Keith, anytime, buddy. Australia is the best plot for the worst spider, snake, and huge bat horror movie ever. That would be crazy. All right, where is the picture? Pretty sure it was last fall. Yep, here it is. If you guys are afraid of snakes, don't look at this. That snake was in the girls' bathroom. What are things you're afraid of? I'm afraid of. So there's a particular bug. I had never heard of this bug. I had never seen this bug until I moved to Pennsylvania, and there's a season for them. There's a bug called a Dobson fly. Dobson flies are Keith. My goodness gracious. Dobson flies are absolutely terrifying. I don't think you're allowed to be that big and have pincers that big and be allowed to fly. Like, those things should not all be together. There's a snake in my butt. He says boot, Kieran. He says boot, not butt. Yes, Helgamite. Exactly, Mr. Wolf. Helgamite / Dobson fly, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I think the pre-evolution is called the Helgamite. I've played Pokemon for too long. What do you call it before they become the other thing? Yeah, here we go. So yeah, that's the top is before it evolves, and then the bottom is what it evolves into. Larval stage. That sounds right. Good for bass fishing. I would imagine so, but they are absolutely terrifying. Mega Pincer and Vikavolt together pretty much. Um, Indian snakes? Um, I mean, never in person. I have heard that India has some pretty crazy snakes. Looks just like a keyring. Get out of here, Kieran. Headed back to bed. All right, good night, Gina. Or good morning. I don't know. Ari and I talk about this all the time. Why is it good morning, good day, and good evening are all said like hello, and good night is always said as goodbye? Yeah, the pincers don't have any power. That's true, but it doesn't make it any better in my head. Disregard the no. Headed back to bed. Bye, everyone. Bye, Hefty. No. Like, you're saying goodbye to everyone, but you're purposefully making sure that you don't say goodbye to me. That's right, Keith. 9:15 p.m. Oh, so you're in one of those time zones that's half an hour different from another time zone. I always thought that was fascinating. There's certain areas in the world where instead of the time zone being an hour ahead of the time zone next to it, it's half an hour ahead. I always thought that was really fascinating. I'd love to look into the history of that and find out why that is that way. Millipedes on the roads, yeah, millipedes don't bother me. Yeah, they go from living in water to flying in the air. It is pretty wild. I just realized it's way past time to open up some packs. Let's open up a couple of packs. We're going to open up 2 Pikachu packs because I still need the immersive Pikachu. I still need the Pikachu EX. I still need the Raichu. I still need the Butterfree. I still need the Omastar. I did finally get the Krabby yesterday. So we can open up 2 packs here. Let's do this. Alright, Jigglypuff. Airy, thank you for the 23 months. Misty, focus better. Focus better. Come on now. Jigglypuff again. Woobat. And, oh, was it Arcanine? I clipped that one too fast. Yeah, that was Arcanine. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Basically, to send celebs to the jungle in Australia and make them do trials. I've heard of that show, Kieran. I have heard of that. I've never watched it, though. Should I watch it? Is it good? Harley May, I don't know if you're still lurking, but what was that show that you got me onto? I started watching. It's that show where... Kieran, you probably know the show, too. It's a British show where it's basically a recap of what happened in TV that week, but there's like different families, like just random families throughout the UK that they film, and like they watch the shows and they just, you know, it's basically them reacting to what happened on TV that week. Gogglebox, that's it, Kieran. I love that show. Carly May introduced me to that like a year or 2 ago, and I was obsessed with that for a while. All right, here we go. Here's the second pack. Eradicate, Slowpoke, Electrode, Cottony, and Slowbro. One of the families lives near you? No way. I think my favorite one, I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know if they're still on there or not. Thank you, Mewtwo. I think my favorite one was, there was a probably like mid to late 20-something-year-old brother and sister combo. I thought they were hilarious. You got the Arcanine EX this morning? Congratulations, Kieran. That is a very buff Squirtle, Airy. Light turn back on. They're from Blackpool, okay. If I come visit you, Kieran, can we go meet them? The ones with all the Rottweilers. Okay, I would have to see a picture of them probably, because, like I said, it's been a while. I don't really remember Rottweilers. You had a Blaziken card years ago, but you lost it. It was your favorite. Well, I hope you get to reclaim it at some point, Cold Deep. I like Blaziken. Torchic's my favorite starter. And it's my favorite shiny starter. Your friend started Pocket after not playing Pokemon for 3 years. You were so excited when she told you that she downloaded it. Nice. And I think you guys were telling me that trading's supposedly coming in January. That's exciting. Why do I hate all the other stars? Because they're terrible. They're just absolutely terrible. Oh, okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about now, Kieran. I know who you're talking about now. Have we really been streaming for almost 2 hours? Ari, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You won't be able to trade rare cards? Yeah, unfortunately. Whoa, I just got a head rush, and I don't know why. Which anime is my favorite? Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of anime shows in my time. I did watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. I can never pronounce Ari, I'm sorry. Evangelion. I've watched most of Cowboy Bebop. I've watched the first 13 episodes of Death Note. I've watched a few episodes of Demon Slayer. I've watched the first 160 so episodes of One Piece. Those have all been entertaining. Um, Kitty Cat, I've watched the first episode of Amazing Digital Circus, but I haven't watched the other 2 episodes. Does anybody know what's going on with that show? Because I saw the edits to Netflix, and I was like, oh, let me see how many episodes there are. And there were 3, so I don't know if there's more episodes that will be coming out, or if that's just all they've made so far. Welcome back, Big Cheese. Mewtwo, I'm guessing that's not correct. 3 so far. Okay, yeah, but like, are they actively making more? One Piece is your favorite? Yeah, One Piece is pretty entertaining. I really like Zoro. I really like Sanji. I almost like ironically like Tony Chopper. And I say that because he's such a silly character that I find it endearing. They're making more come out on YouTube every few months. Okay, gotcha. Evangelion. I believe is how I said it. But yeah, I haven't watched a whole bunch of anime shows. Back when I was a teen, I watched a lot of anime movies. That was more common at the time, was watching anime movies. There weren't a whole bunch of anime shows to watch at the time. Endearing in a screechy kind of way. When they first introduced Tony Chopper, and then especially when he got added to the crew, my first thought was, this has to be one of the most divisive characters. There's gonna be people that love him and people that can't stand him. This is like, I was like, Tony Chopper has to be like the Jar Jar of One Piece. Episode 4 is coming out December 13th. Okay. Pokemon Horizons is getting better day by day. Nice. I watched the first maybe close to a dozen episodes of Horizons. I'm far behind. But yeah, movie-wise, I would recommend. Now, a lot of these are like for more mature audiences. There's a lot of violence and stuff. But Vampire Hunter D, Akira, obviously, grandfather of modern anime. Project A-ko, Ninja Scroll. Those are all great anime movies. And then, of course, anything from Studio Ghibli is incredible. 25 episodes deep into Hunter x Hunter at the moment. Bit of a slow grind so far, though. Would you, is it slow as in, like, you're waiting for it to hook you? Or is it like you're enjoying it, it's just not moving very fast? Like, are you waiting to enjoy it, or are you enjoying it? Chem Nation, good morning. You don't hate him, but man, he gets a tad over the top at times. The Boy and the Heron. I'm not familiar with that one. Is that one of the Studio Ghiblis? I haven't watched all the Studio Ghiblis. But I really liked Howl's Moving Castle. I liked Spirited Away. I liked Princess Mononoke, which I actually got to see in the theater. I never saw Ponyo. I haven't seen that one yet. It's had some good episodes, but you want to be more smacked in the face with some hype moments, if that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Oh, another one that I need to get back onto. When I was in my late teens, I bought a VHS copy, and I still have it, the first 3 episodes of Trigun. And I'm talking the 90s series. And then I saw that Trigun was on Crunchyroll, and I watched a few more episodes of that earlier this year. I need to get back onto that. I really like Trigun. You got to see Ponyo in the theaters? Nice. Kim, I finally got my Krabby in a Wonder Pick last night. So that was the last base card I needed. Pretty sure Pokemon's the only anime you've watched? It's a good one. It's a good one. It's been around this long for a reason, right? Come on, we gotta get the shiny soon. We're closing in on 1,900 checks. Watch Pokemon anime before playing the games. Let's see. Here's the order of how I got into Pokemon. I worked at a movie theater the summer of '99, and in the lobby was a poster, like one of those big like I shouldn't say poster, like big cutout things, like big stands for the first Pokemon movie, which was coming out in, I believe it was coming out in November of '99. So that was the first thing, was like I would see this big stand and all the characters on it, and I thought they all looked kind of crazy. So because of that, I wanted to find out about this Pokemon thing. So I went to the video game store and I picked up Pokemon Snap for the N64, and I played that and I really liked it. So because of that, I then went back to the store and picked up Pokemon Blue and started playing Pokemon Blue. And then that fall, when I went back to college, I started watching the anime on Saturday mornings on the Kids WB. And I think the first episode I watched was actually the episode where Ash tries to go get a ghost Pokemon for Sabrina's gym and runs into the haunted house that has Ghastly Hunter and Gengar, and then Ash freaking dies. Ash and Pikachu die, and they become ghosts, and then they become friends with the ghost Pokemon, and then they end up leaving there with the Haunter. That was the first episode I watched, and I had no idea what the heck was going on. And then I ended up buying the VHS tapes of the earlier episodes. I still have those too, and that's when I really got into it. Alex, what's going on? Good to see you. I see Twilight of the Gods. I did not. Would you recommend it? Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I got a long list of stuff I got to watch. My main goal today is to finish up Arcane. I've only seen the first 3 episodes of the second season, so I got to watch the remaining 6. I got to get back on the Penguin. My real life best friend is giving me all sorts of grief because I didn't finish the Penguin. I've only seen the first 3 or 4 episodes. I finished. Did I read Fire Blood yet? Kieran, here's what's going on with my reading. So I have a lot of books and comics to read. So I've been alternating. So I just finished up reading a Thor arc from the 80s. So now I'm back to reading a book that Ron G, the OG, bought me for Christmas 2 years ago, a Stephen King book called Fairy Tale. I got about 150 pages left to read of that, so I'm going to finish that. Then I have about 20 issues of an Iron Man run. Hey, there we go! Shiny Gardevoir. Shiny Gardevoir on the screen. 987 encounters. There it is. You're just thinking about this the other day. You have memories of watching Pokemon, just flash of moments from when you were 2, and then when you were 3, you'd run around after baths in your Pikachu hood towel screaming Pikachu. That's adorable. And your Pikachu for 4th Halloween. That's so adorable. Alright guys, we got it. Let's catch this thing. Oops. There we go. Okay, so first we're going to Thunder Wave it. Why'd your remote show up like that? Oh, Mr. Wolf, that happens sometimes. I'm assuming you're on mobile. Quit the YouTube app, come back in, and then it should work fine. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Oops. Wait, is it Misty? Did I miss it? Oh, it's got a Protective Mist. Alright, so I just gotta wait out the Protective Mist. Was it safeguard? Did it use safeguard? I wasn't even paying attention. Jump scared by Hefty and Shiny Guard. And it is a female Gardevoir, so we don't have to deal with any nonsense. Alright, forget it. Forget it. And then when you were 6... Okay, so got Misty Terrain. 5 turns. Alright, we can wait it out. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's not a move. You're right, Kieran. It's not a move. It's the weather. You're right. You're right. And then when you're 6, your mom bought the brand new Pokemon Leaf Green to play on a new GBA SP. Then when you're 7, she gave the cartridge to you and you played it through yourself. That's amazing. Go look sick in a dive ball. That's a good call. We can do a dive ball. Yeah, Tyler, that's absolutely true. But for some reason, some people have issues with that. What time is it? 11:03. I think we're just going to go into Sharpedo for the rest of the stream. Dive ball? That does look pretty sick. Let's do a dive ball. Nate, Kieran. You're amazing. Men have worn dresses since the beginning of time, but here I am, being too woke again. Oh, Airy, you're so woke. Yeah, can someone drop the Discord chat again, please? Discord command, I mean. I think anyone can do it. I mean, technically, Cold Deep, I think even you could do it. It's just exclamation point Discord. Thank you, Airy. Thank you, Clocky. Thank you, Joyce. We might not be able to get this in a dive ball. Yeah, I know some of the commands are mod only, but I think that one is not. I don't think we're getting this in a dive ball, unfortunately. Let's throw out Absol. We got 3 more tries at dive ball. 1. Don't know why they only had Promised Neverland Season 1 but not Season 2 on Netflix before they remove it on Netflix. I'm still trying to figure out how they can remove a Netflix exclusive show. Because Voltron's a Netflix show and Voltron's leaving Netflix, come on December 9th. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the series at this point, unfortunately. Alright, last chance at a dive ball. If not dive ball, we'll go to netball. Yeah, block of the netball. That's a good call, Airy. Alright, let's try netball. We got 17 netballs. That's good. I'm going to have to switch out, though. This pressure is making me a little concerned. Alright, let's trick. Oh crap, I don't have a Lepaberry. All right, hold on. Hold on. I'm starting to get a little nervous. It's got 55 pp, but we did have Absol out for a few turns. Can't believe I forgot to put the Lepidary back on Trevenant. There we go. Ooh. Phew. All right. I'll be curious to see how much PP it had left. We gotta heal up. Let's make sure we apply that Lepidary. We got the Gardevoir. This counter? Yeah. What was that? Was that 9? Was it 987? I didn't even think to. I didn't even think to check. Was it 987? 97. All right. Thank you, Mewtwo. Yeah, you're welcome, Ari. You joined the Discord. Welcome to the Discord, Coldy. Okay, let's get some nature guesses in the chat. While we go heal up, let's get some nature guesses in the chat. It's gonna be naughty. Naughty. Lax. Lax. Jolly, hasty. Airy, you're hilarious. I'm gonna go with impish or admirable. You and Ari are always Team Lax. It's true. Bashful. Alright, let's get that Lepidary before we forget about it. Give to Trevenant. Usually we won't need that, but we might. Let's... Can I buy nut... where can I buy dive balls? I'll look it up later. We don't need it right now. Okay, let's see here. It is... luck on Lopunny. Thank you, Storms. It is lonely. It's a lonely Gardevoir. I don't think anybody said lonely. And does it have a ribbon? Does it have a mark? We have yet to get one with a ribbon / mark in this challenge. Will this be the one? No. All right then. Okay. I am going to go on a quick break, and then we'll come back. We might go a little later today. We might not just go for another 48 minutes. We might go a little bit longer. I said Lopunny correctly without correcting myself. Nice. See, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and Ari should be very proud of me. Kem, yes, I did. Look, I got a shiny. Shiny happened. Crap. I didn't mean to go into camp. I forget, did we determine what the best ball is for Sharpedo? Right in the middle of the city, Ari. This is right there, middle of the city. Heal ball, okay, heal ball. And I do have plenty of heal balls, I think. What's this sparkly? Alright, I need to get the screen grabber ready. Alright, and we're going to go up to here so that it'll be faster. Let's stop right there. Let's get the screen grab. All right, let's do a test. Your daughter always seems to get Froakie. I wish I got a bunch of Froakies. Anyone else excited to stuff their faces at Thanksgiving? Absolutely, Mr. Wolf. I love food. Master Ball, but I don't think we're going to do that. We did Master Ball the Swampert. Okay, that did go up. Good. All right, I will be back in a few minutes. You guys hang out, please. And Mr. Wolf, you're in charge. I'll be back in a few. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. Hey, so where's my Pokemon Go fans at? I asked a question earlier. I don't think anybody gave me an answer. Thank you, Mewtwo. How many mighty Pokemon were there yesterday? Because I'm not sure if I got them all. I got 6. I don't know if that was all of them or if I missed some. I'm back, Jerry. Jerry, you look so good in green with that little poly whirl next to your name. You don't know the list? Okay. Yeah, I ended up getting 6 of them. I got all the ones that I saw. There's at least 6. Thank you, Ari. I don't know if I got all of them. You don't play Pokemon Go regularly enough to answer that? Thank you. Green's your favorite color. Well, I think at 3 months, you can get a green Poliwhirl. Stop being invested in Go when they made the Gigantamax raids non-remote. I don't like the Gigantamax raids at all. I have not participated in one. I have no interest in it, unfortunately. I barely have an interest in the Dynamax raids. I was excited about Dynamax raids at first because I thought that if I, like, let's say, caught a Dynamax Score Bunny, that eventually I'd be able to turn into a Gigantamax, but now it seems like that's not the case. John Strucker, good morning to you. I forgot where I sit now. I think I sit here. Recently changed my streaming layout just a smidge, and I keep forgetting. I did hear there's a mighty Poliwrath today, so I'm definitely interested in getting that. It'd be really cool if I could get that shiny. There's also a handful of other shinies I didn't get yesterday I want to try and get. I want to get a second Helioptile. I want to get a second Electrike. I'd like to get... if possible, a third Magnemite. I got 2 yesterday. I'd like to get a third one so I can finish off the line. I'm trying to think if there's any poison ones I really want. I mean, Marini would be cool. Electivire, Poliwrath, and Dragonite. That's pretty sweet. I'm just happy I got my second shiny Croagunk yesterday, so now I got that line done. I got a second Spinarak, so that line's done. I didn't even know Hisuian Voltorb could be shiny, but I got one of those, which is awesome. Oh, Quillfish. That's another one. I don't have a shiny Quillfish or Hisuian Quillfish. That would be cool. But I think I'm more focused on the electric hours. Your hormones are all out of whack. Oh, I'm sorry, Ari. Also, I was doing some stuff before stream, working on a couple of projects, and I think that this entire time my camera has been in 720p instead of 1080, so I fixed that. I apologize to everyone for the stupid mistake. Should be 1080 now. Yeah, it is. HD Hefty is that you mean? This whole time I thought it was, and I'm not positive that it wasn't, but I was working on something else and I had the webcam full screen, and I was like, this does not look right. Okay, it is much better now. Okay, good. So I've just been doing this terribly for 2.5 years. It's another microphone situation. For those of you that haven't been around since the beginning, I used to have a different microphone, and after streaming for 1.5 years, I realized I had the microphone upside down, and that's part of the reason why my audio quality was always terrible, because I was talking into the wrong side of the microphone. That's one of Big Cheese's favorite things ever. Polar Bear mic. You know, I was talking about the other day, you know, I've been streaming for 2.5 years. I think I've done some pretty neat things on my streams. But the thing I am most known for, the thing that keeps getting brought up the most, is me getting my butt handed to me by a polar bear in Minecraft on Shiny's channel. Not even my own. It's probably labeled wrong. No, it wasn't Moosin. It wasn't. It was just straight up a misunderstanding of how technology works. I mean, I can't even blame the microphone. I just had no idea what I was doing. I know you must be an awesome friend. Me too. That's so sweet. Thank you. Big Cheese got me this for Christmas last year. So I actually have a Minecraft polar bear. What'd you send me, Cheese? Get out of here, Cheese. Cheese just sent me a picture of Lego Minecraft polar bears. Hold on, I have to prepare myself to read this one out loud. I have to make sure that my emotions don't overtake me and I cry on stream. When I think of Hefty, I think strength and compassion beyond words. And my lost buddy. I love you, Hefty. Airy, that is such a sweet message. When I think of Airy, I think of a drunk Muppet. I love you, Airy. That's fair. You're both of those things. A drunk it, a drop it, a monk. When you think of Airy, you think of a fairy. Airy like the fairy. Not so scary. Jerry. Favorite gym leader's Larry. Smiley Tina. That's a good one. Think of cheese, you think of brave, entrepreneur, confident, knowledgeable, and wonderful friend, a husband, and pet dad. When I think of cheese, I think of sandwich. And those other things. Whimsical and magical and a tad bit mischievous. That's a very apt description. Apt. When I think of all of you, I think of the best weekend morning buddies I could ever have. No sandwich is complete without cheese, in my opinion. I agree. If a sandwich doesn't have cheese on it, is it really even a sandwich? Moosin, my goodness gracious, what a poet. Airy is like the sunrise. Even if you can't see her, she's there illuminating every corner she touches. My, oh my. When I think of cheese, I think tied with Nick and all the other streamers in this community for the best beard in all the lands. Peanut butter and jelly with cheese. Okay, I guess that's the exception that proves the rule, right? There's always got to be one exception that proves the rule. Peanut butter and jelly, no cheese. Still a sandwich. All right, guys, here's a very important question for you. Smooth peanut butter or chunky peanut butter? Peanut butter and cheese, though, fire sandwich. That is something that may taste delicious, but in my mind does not sound good. PB&J and cream cheese. I could see that because I know there are people that do this. I'm not one of them, but I know there are people that put cream cheese and jelly on their bagels. So I could see that. I could see that being a thing, Ari. Smooth all the way. Ari likes smooth and chunky the same. Joyce likes both. I thought people would have stronger opinions on this. Can't forget the cheese in the PB and mayo sandwich. To be fair, if you put cheese on a peanut butter and mayo sandwich, that might make it gross. The chunky rips the bread. It does. Mighty Munchkin, thank you for the like goal. And thank all of you for the likes. Smooth or extra chunky? Wow, going from one end of the spectrum to the other, Moosin. Loops, did I say hi to you yet? I feel like I did not say hi to you, Loops, and that's my fault, and I feel terrible about that. Loops, I hope you're having a great day. Smooth for sandwiches, chunky for milkshakes. I could get behind that. I just realized I didn't save on this one yet. I should do that. Point in your life where you haven't tried PB for so long, when you finally try it again, you ate it straight out the jar. Now, I've heard rumors that peanut butter is not very common in the UK. Is that true? Is it hard to get peanut butter in the UK? Oops, I'm doing fantastic. Apples and chunky peanut butter, that does sound good. A little added crunch. It's real easy. You always have a tub in the kitchen. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad. You have it in stock, but you wouldn't say it's particularly popular. Okay. I have moments where you crave peanut butter and they can only send one spoonful before it's almost painfully overwhelming. All right, let's go a little wider, a little broader of a topic. Favorite sandwich? Go. Be as descriptive as you want to be. Like putting Carolina Reaper peanuts on your peanut butter sandwich? You're crazy. I'm not against spice. I do like things that have spice. But if it's to the point where the only thing I taste is pain, I'm not interested. Bread and stuff. That's a good sandwich, Ari. Toasted bagel, bacon, melted brie, and mayo. That sounds good, Kieran. I like that. Garlic spread, parmesan between two fluffy whites. Ooh. Peanut butter and honey. Interesting. Lightly toasted bread with a glass of milk to dip it in. That sounds good. S'mores. Ooh. I guess technically you could say that a s'more is a sandwich. I'd be okay with that. For me, it's got to be leftover Thanksgiving turkey with mayo. Stroopwafel? Sure. Look, I'm not here to gatekeep sandwiches, right? High spice tolerance, so you taste more than the pain, but pimento cheese sandwich is your favorite homemade pimento cheese. I have a funny story about pimento cheese. Ari's laughing her head off right now. I have a funny story about pimento cheese. I don't know if people have heard this before. Pineapple? Your favorite sandwich is pineapple? A community of sandwich acceptance, you love it. Hey, that's what we are here. That's what we preach, is sandwich acceptance. All right, here's a funny story about pimento cheese. I've never been a fan of pimento cheese, personally, but my parents like pimento cheese, and they like having pimento cheese sandwiches. And I was at my parents' house for Christmas, and my dad made a pimento cheese sandwich. And I asked him genuinely, I said, I wonder what they do with all the olives when they make pimento cheese. And he looked at me blank-faced for a good solid 30 seconds. And he said, you're joking, right? And I said, no. Like, what do they do with the olives? Like, you know, do they sell them to, you know, another company to use the olives in something? Like to make olive loaf or something? And he didn't say, hey, idiot. But I heard, hey, idiot. He said, pimentos aren't naturally in olives. They add the pimentos to the olives. And I never knew that. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Hefty, you know, when we're younger, there's a lot of things we don't know. You shouldn't feel bad about being a young kid and not knowing that. This happened when I was 42 years old. Pizza is your favorite open-faced sandwich? That's a good one. I just always thought the pimentos were the natural pit of an olive. You won't poke too much fun? I don't believe you. That's still young to you, me too? You're sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an olive fan to begin with. But yeah, I just always thought that pimentos were a part of the olive. You never read the can that says pitted? Here's how much I didn't, Ari. I don't know if you're referring to a can of pitted olives or a can of pitted pimentos. Thought they were little pieces of carrots until like 2 years ago. I can't even make fun of that. I'm going to back you up on that, Moose, and I'm going to say that is a legitimate thought. Pimento is peppers, Hefty. Then why aren't they called peppers? You can pop black olives like they are Skittles. Cheese, you can have all my olives forever. I will just start mailing them to you. It's in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Idiot. Idiot. Do you see the abuse I deal with? Stop treating me like I'm shinies. I always said like Napoleon Dynamite. Idiot. Why do cucumbers get the name pickle? Like, so many other things are pickle, but not called pickles. That's a good point. That's a very good point, Moosin. You can pickle so many things. You can pickle peppers, you can pickle olives, you can pickle eggs. Why is it that pickled cucumbers are called pickles? That's a really good point. Pickles in Spanish is pickles because I don't know Spanish pickles. I'm with you. Why are pickles called pickles and not pickled cucumbers? Is it just because the name's so long? Was 5 syllables too many? Why is pickled ginger pink? That's a good... Well, I mean, I guess because of the pickling process? I mean, pickled eggs are pink. In which case, why aren't pickles pink? I'm getting more and more confused the longer we talk about this. I'm starting to wonder if pickles are even pickles anymore. Kosher pickles or something else. I am a fan of dill pickles, and that's pretty much it. I don't really like sweet pickles. I'm not a huge fan of kosher pickles. Bread and butter pickles can just go to somebody else's house. Can't remember which word is used, but in the past, every dried fruit used to be called one word. Same kind of happened with pickled veggies, but only ended up applying to cucumbers. Okay, interesting. Kosher pickles are just salty holy water. Can't tell you otherwise. Pickled cucumbers is too cucumbersome. Very, very wise, Kieran. You're probably right. You have like 5 different pickles in the fridge. I think I have 1 jar of pickles in the fridge right now, and they're just dill pickles. Now, whether we're talking about like hamburger dill pickle slices, or we're talking about spears, or we're talking about full-on whole pickles, I'm good with any of them. One time, I had a friend that did not like pickles, and he made fun of pickles so much, I felt the need to record myself eating a pickle and DM'd it to him. And the worst part about the story is that the video was too large to DM over Discord, so I bought Discord Nitro just so I could DM him a video of me eating a pickle. Tim and you eat different types of pickles. Do either one of you eat bread and butter pickles? You do? Come on, Joyce. That's not true. That can't be true. Snack on bread and butter pickles. Your wife hates them, though. I like your wife. only like bread and butter pickles. You know what? I'm glad you all enjoy bread and butter pickles. I will start mailing you guys all the bread and butter pickles I get. I've often thought that part of a good relationship is when the two of you enjoy different things. Like if one of you really likes something, the other one doesn't like it. That way, you know, you can compliment each other. Like if I were to find a soulmate, I hope that my soulmate loves olives, so that I can give my soulmate all the olives I ever get when we go out to eat. And I hope that my soulmate hates pickles. I hope my soulmate hates pickles, and I will eat all the dill pickles. Imagine LOPUNNY shines first. I'd be good with that, actually. I mean, we're definitely over odds on the Sharpedo, but this is such a nice, easy hunt, and it's a good like filler hunt, like when I have some time to kill and I don't want to set up a new hunt. I'd totally be fine with the LOPUNNY shining first. You're a cookie part of the Oreo, and Ricky is a stuffed part of the Oreo. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a great combo. You know what? I do think, Mr. Wolf, I do think that was brought up on How I Met Your Mother at one point, and that might have been where I got it from, but it spoke to me in a way that very few things have spoke to me. I think it's so true. Baby pickles make you so happy. Baby pickles are good. Okay, specifically olives too. Yeah, I mean, I vaguely remember that, and that probably is where I got it from, but it's so true. Yeah, come on, where's the shiny LOPUNNY? Gherkins? Gherkins are good. You rewatch that show every year. I gotta be honest, I really liked How I Met Your Mother until like the last 2 seasons. I wasn't very happy with how it ended. And unfortunately, and this is a me thing, this isn't a show thing, it's my issue. Because of how it ended, it retroactively retroactively changed how I felt about the show, which is not fair. I need to get over myself. I need to get out of that mentality and continue to enjoy the vast majority of the show. But I was one of those people that was very disappointed with the ending. But that doesn't take away from how fantastic the first several seasons were. You did miss the shiny Gardevoir. We got it at 987 checks, probably about, what, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago? You didn't like the end either? My character on Amazing Digital Circus, now, again, keep in mind, KitKat, I only saw the first episode, and I watched it when it first came out on YouTube. But hold on, let me look them up. Let me look up what they look like again. It's based off of the first episode. I would say probably Jax. I liked Jax. I remember him being a little bit of a rapscallion. A little bit of a scoundrel. But I think the designs of all the characters are pretty cool. Got a run time for work? Have fun at work, Cheese. Hope you have a good day, buddy. should be nice. You just finished the show Arrow and you start the Flash show. So it's funny you say that, Joyce. I've started Arrow a few times. I actually just restarted it a few weeks ago. I'm like 7 episodes in the first season. Last time I watched it was a few years ago, and what I did was I watched the first season of Arrow, maybe the first 2 seasons of Arrow. And I wanted to get like the full experience, so my goal was to watch all the CW Arrowverse shows, like they originally aired. So like I think it was after the second season, the Flash started up. So then I started alternating episodes between the Flash and Arrow. And then my goal was that, eventually I would add in Legends of Tomorrow, and I'd add in Supergirl, and all that. But I didn't keep up with that. I think your favorite's Gangle? Yeah, I like the Gangle design too. Tried to get into Murder Drones. I just couldn't, despite friends suggested it was so good. What's that, Ari? What's Murder Drones? I also got to finish the first season of Yellow Jacket. I started heavy on that and fell out of it. I need to take like a week off of work and just catch up on all these shows that, one, I want to watch, and two, all my friends and family are yelling at me to watch. You're gonna do that too, but you have this thing you have to watch something straight to the end. That's fair. The main reason I wanted to do that, Joyce, was because of the eventual crossovers. I wanted to kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I know Crisis on Infinite Earths was obviously a really big one, and I would have wanted to be caught up on all the shows to that point. So that, like, like let's say I was watching like Arrow all the way through and got to the Crisis episodes and the crossovers with like, Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, and they'd have those characters, and I'd be like, I have no idea what's happening with these characters right now. I don't know what they're talking about. Uh, oh, Murder Drones was made by the same people as Amazing Digital Circus. Okay, not made for your demographic. Wasn't made for drunk Muppets. I don't know why that cracks me up. I don't know why I'm leaning so heavily into that joke today, Ari. Tell me to shut up if it starts to bother you. Animated movie you're supposed to watch too called Vixen. Okay. Yeah, I got into this. I've talked about it a couple times on stream before, but I'm gonna talk about it again because Joyce, I don't think you've heard about this. I got into this thing a few months ago, where so like for the past like year or so, I've been wanting to read more Batman comics because I've never really read a lot of Batman comics. I've been reading the current run for the last few years, but like there's a lot of like classic Batman comics I've never read before. And so I was looking into maybe like picking up some graphic novels. And then serendipitously, that's your word for the day, I was watching a YouTube reactor, and she was sponsored by this company called Fan Home. And they started this new subscription service called Legend of Batman, where it's going to end up being 120 graphic novels of all the best Batman stories. And in addition to that, 16 oversized graphic novels of a lot of the DC crossover stuff. And in addition to that, I splurged and went the extra $1.50 per book, and I'm going to be getting 8 oversized books of a lot of the classic Golden Age and Silver Age Batman stories. So every month I get a package in the mail that comes with a couple of graphic novels. Right now it's 2. I think in February they start sending 3 a month. Let me go grab them real quick. Mantine Matt, what's going on? You got a few of the big amalgam graphic novels. I would love to reread those. I read DC versus Marvel back in, what was that, 95, 96 when it first came out, and I read the first run of amalgam issues, but God, it's been forever since that. Serendipitous remind you of Boondock Saints too. I never saw the second one. I loved the first one. What was the word in the first Boondock Saints? Symbology, symbolism. The word you're looking for is symbolism. But yeah, let me show you these books. So, the first two were from the New 52 era, and it's Zero Year. Whoops, other way around. Zero Year books 1 and 2 by Scott Snyder. They're nice, hardcover books. And then we got this one just came in the mail last week. I'll be getting the second half next month, but Long Halloween Part 1. And then It's Not Rocket Surgery. I love that. We got Hush, books 1 and 2. And then we got Batman and Son with the introduction of Damian Wayne. And then my first oversized book came in the last package along with Long Halloween, and it's the full Flashpoint series. It also includes all the tie-ins. Batman Night of Vengeance and Dead Man the Flying Graysons. And they're pretty cool. This one's got a dust jacket, and you can't tell it really, but it's like half shiny, half textured. The artwork, the quality, it's all glossy pages and everything. It's really cool. But here's the best part. Well, no, I shouldn't say the best part. Here's the part that sold me on it because I'm a sucker for this stuff. And I've already blown up Aries DM so much telling her about all that. She's probably sick of hearing about it. Like I said, there's a total of 120 books, and when all is said and done, I'm going to have a big 120 book long spine artwork, beautiful picture. So I'm very excited about that. You need that in your life. Here's the thing, though. I'm spending a lot of money on it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm spending a lot of money on it. Each regular book is like $18, $19. And the oversized ones are like $27. And they're gonna be sending up to 3 books a month to me. So I'm making what is possibly a ridiculous investment into it. But it's going to be a lot easier and still a lot cheaper than trying to go out and get all the individual issues. And it will, save me all the time of trying to run around and find the graphic novels. You also got Spider-Man and Batman comics. Nice. I need to pick those up again. Been trying to figure this out. Seems like even the best of horror movies are always rated really poorly. Why do you think that is? I heard you asking Kim about that the other day, Ari, and I think he was on the right path. I think there's just something about the horror genre that is just kind of, I don't want to say looked down upon, but not taken too seriously. I don't know. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of horror movies that are kind of garbage. Like they focus too much on the scares and not enough on the actual writing or acting. Like I'm not saying all horror movies, but there's quite a lot of horror movies I've seen that are pretty groan worthy when you look at it as like an actual motion picture. But then there's some that are really well thought out, well acted, well scripted, and even those really don't get much respect. And I think, honestly, I think there's somewhat of a stigma against the genre. You watched the new Alien movie last night and you're pleasantly surprised with it. I need to watch that, but I also still need to watch Covenant. I think Was that the one post Prometheus? I still haven't watched Covenant, so I want to watch that before I move on to Romulus. But I have heard that's a pretty good one. You have Killing Joke in a graphic novel? Yeah, so Joyce, the next package I get next month is going to be Long Halloween Part 2 and The Killing Joke, which also has, because that in itself is kind of a small story compared to the size of these books. That book is going to have Killing Joke, and it's also going to have a few like classic Batman or classic Joker stories in it too. So I'm excited about that. Covenant is basically Prometheus Part 2, not really tied in with Romulus. Alright. So I don't need to see it, but I still kind of want to see it. I'm that type of person when it comes to franchises. Are we talking all horror, specific type, thriller, gore, paranormal? Like, I'll give you an example, Mr. Wolf. I think that, as a whole, I think that any random Friday the 13th movie is going to be looked upon the same way as, say, It Follows, or Barbarian, or Smile, which are some recent horror movies that I thought were pretty good and well written. But they're still going to be, in general, looked upon the same way as like an 80s slasher flick. Yeah, Death in the Family is one of the confirmed books. That's the other fun thing is I don't know what all is going to be in the series. I don't know what all stories are going to be in there, but that one is confirmed. I couldn't get into Smile. It's not bad. We just didn't dig it. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite horror movie. In fact, just the other day I was talking about how I was a little disappointed in it after all the hype. I felt a little bit let down. But I mean, I think it was well done. It just wasn't my bag, baby. You know what I mean? Same with what was the other one? What's that one with the hand? That recent one that came out with the hand? Like you shake hands with it. I think the movie was called Handshake with the Devil, something like that. No, it wasn't called that at all. What was that one called? Where they shake the hand and then stuff happens. You love paranormal horrors like Annabelle, The Nun, The Conjuring. Yeah, those are pretty good. I still haven't seen Annabelle. I saw the first Conjuring. I finally watched the first Nun when the second Nun came out because I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. What's that hand movie called? Talk to Me. That's it. Thank you, Joyce. Talk to Me. Like, Talk to Me, I think was for a horror movie, fairly well received. A lot of people seem to like it. It wasn't my thing. I thought it started off strong. As the movie went on, it just wasn't my thing. Not a big paranormal fan. I think for me personally, the more realistic stuff is the scariest stuff. I've talked about this before. The most disturbing scene I've ever seen in a movie that has stuck with me the longest was actually Scarface, which you can argue is not very realistic. It's very over the top. But there's a scene involving a bathroom and a chainsaw. And you don't see what happens, you just hear what happens. And what makes it so disturbing for me is that it was happening in the middle of the day while people were just like walking around, living their lives outside the window. That's what got me. Because, it's not like it was in some seedy, abandoned warehouse on the bad side of town at night. It really made me think about when I go through my normal day-to-day life and I walk past houses or buildings, I have no idea what's actually going on in there. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff that gets me. You got heavy into horror when you're 15 or so and you end up watching the greatest horror movies of all time, unbeknownst to you then, and almost everything since has felt lackluster. Yeah, I get that too. When you start off with the bangers, everything else is going to be kind of a letdown. Zombie movies, and if so, which one's your favorite? It's not a serious one, so I'll give this one kind of as an honorable mention. I love Shaun of the Dead. Um, 28 Days was pretty good. It's not a movie, but a series. All of Us Are Dead, which is I think a Korean show. That's a good one. What was the other kind of funny movie? I think it had Nicholas Hoult in it. Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies was another good one. Oh, another great one that again isn't like super serious, but does have some crazy parts in it was a show that was on Netflix, unfortunately for just one season. Yeah, Warm Bodies was fantastic. Daybreak. Daybreak was a good one too. Good balance of humor and horror. Oh, All of Us Are Dead is Japanese, not Korean. My bad. Yeah, but I really liked All of Us Are Dead. Did the second season come out yet, or is it soon? I know they announced it. I know if it's not out now, it will be soon. You can never do anything anything that has to do with horror. Actually, I never saw 30 Days a Night. I'm familiar with that movie, but I never actually watched it. In recent movies, the most scared I've ever been was actually the movie Barbarian. Which is kind of funny because if you've seen the movie and if you've seen, dang it, I reset the wrong one. If you've seen the movie, you know that it's got quite a few tonal shifts. But in Barbarian, I don't want to give too much away in case anyone hasn't seen it. There's this girl that is in a house and she goes down the basement and she finds a hidden door in the basement that leads to a hallway with another room. And that in turn leads to another door that goes down into a sub-basement. And it keeps going on and on. And I was freaking out during that scene because I have a reoccurring dream that's similar to that, where I'm in my house and I go in the basement and there's a door that I've never noticed before. And I open that door and it leads to a long hallway. And I have no idea where this hallway is ending up. And then this hallway ends up taking me to a whole other house that has been attached to my house this entire time. And I never knew it. And it's obvious that someone is living in this house. And I mean, I don't know why, but it freaks me out. My greatest fear of basement, apparently. Basements and Dobson flies. Find the overwhelming urge of zombie movies after you just gotten into horror to be scarier than any zombie movie could be. Find the overwhelming surge of zombie movies after... Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, Ari. 1010's Legion is a great movie. Oh, 2010's Legion? Yeah, I would consider that horror-ish. You hate movies that accurately reflect nightmares. Speaking of which, not that you'll get into it all, but did you ever watch Mother? I know the movie you're referring to. It's part of the trilogy along with Old Boy, and I can't remember the third one. I did not see Mother. I can literally see the movie poster right now in my head. But no, I didn't watch that one. Old Boy had some wild parts in it. You're more of a Creature fan yourself? Creature movies are good. I do like Creature movies, but like I don't get scared at Creature movies. Like I enjoy horror movies, but horror movies don't scare me. I thought it was a trilogy. I just I just made an absolutely terrible, terrible Google search involving the movie Old Boy and the movie Mother. I don't recommend doing it. Not a. I should rephrase, Ari. Not a traditional trilogy like the same characters over the course of 3 movies, but more of a thematic trilogy, kind of like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and End of the World, or whatever it was called. Hold on a second. Okay, I was wrong in that Mother was part of it, but I was like Split Unbreakable. Well, I mean, Split Unbreakable and Glass include the same characters, though. Yeah, the Cornetto trilogy, exactly. Um, so I was wrong, but right. So it was Park Chan Wook did what is referred to as the Vengeance trilogy: Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and Lady Vengeance. So that's like those aren't straight up um, like movies that are sequels to each other or something like that, but it's referred to as the Vengeance trilogy. Okay, yeah, the guy that did Mother also did The Host and did Snowpiercer. I don't know why I confused it. Oh, he did Parasite. I don't know why I confused it with the Old Boy movies. Maybe because it's about family members. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I think sometimes. Yeah, Ari, exactly. Yeah, Batman horror movie from the perspective of a street thug. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm reading this series right now. It's a new series, mini series of comics called Batman Full Moon, and it's exactly what you would expect based off the title. Um, uh, it's the point of the story is that Batman gets bit by a werewolf and turns into a werewolf, and it's pretty wild. Mother's such a wildly vivid depiction of what your nightmares look like. Just the fact alone is insanely hard to watch. I gotta watch that. That's been on my want to see list for a long time, just because of how critically acclaimed it is. And I'm really embarrassed right now that I thought that had anything to do with Old Boy. Batman horror movie from the perspective of a street thug would be really good, though. Apparently, another one of the books I'm going to be getting in this series from part of the subscription is going to be GCPD, which is all about the Gotham City Police Department and not so much focus on Batman, which I'm excited about because I think I mentioned on stream before. One of my favorite Punisher series that I've read was one where the Punisher was almost like a background character. The whole series was basically told from the perspective of like the thugs, the mob, the police officers, and Punisher was almost kind of like a ghost story character. Um, like he was rarely seen. He had very few lines in the entire series, and it was just all about how like the specter of the Punisher, was reflected in the city. And it sounds like that's kind of what GCPD is too with Batman. That's right. You'll see why you're so confused when you just see it. All right. Yeah, I will definitely watch that. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Couldn't watch Happy Feet as a kid because the leopard seal scene made you think it was a horror. I've never seen Happy Feet. I've never seen it. I did end up finally watching Chem. I don't know if you're still lurking or not. I did finish Under Control last night, which was a pseudo sequel to Troll 2. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just so bad. Just so absolutely terrible. The script was written by a edgy 12-year-old. It was so horrible. But I watched it on Tubi. And I don't watch Tubi a lot. And so after I watched it, I was still in the app, and I was like, I wonder what else they got on here. So I went to like search by category, and I was like, okay, let's just check on action adventure. And they had so many action adventure movies, and I noticed like every fifth movie listed there was a movie from the 80s about a renegade cop who goes against the department to do something off book to take down the local mob or the local crime lord. It was wild. It was wild how I didn't realize how common of a trope that was in the 80s. Favorite book of all time is told from the perspective of death and his many encounters with a young girl. She witnesses so many deaths that he has a complete slideshow of every phase in her life. Oh wow, that's Book Thief. I've heard of that book. I've never read it. Oh wow, I just realized how late it is. Let's take the Lopunny up to 1,000 encounters. This stream flew by. You're thinking of Lethal Weapon. Kem, I swear, almost every movie on Tubi under Adventure is an 80s movie with the plot of Lethal Weapon. And half of them star like either Charles Grodin or Charles Bronson or not Dolph Lundgren, Rutger Hauer. It's crazy. If you ever want to laugh for a bit, Cam, go on Tubi, go to Action Adventure, and read the descriptions of the movies. And you'll see that, like, almost half of them have basically the exact same description. An actual puddle on your shirt every reading session? Aw. And like I'm looking at all these movies and how many of them have to do with a cop taking out the crazy crime family that has taken over the city and how bad it's gotten. And I realized this is why I am terrified of large cities. It's because I grew up in a society where every action movie was talking about how there was a straight up carnage on the streets of the city every day. Evelyn, what's going on? In a world where justice isn't fair. That's exactly what it is. You like The Book Thief a lot because it has some pictures which actually let you see what's happening. I like that. Stephen King books have that too sometimes, actually. Not a lot of people uh, like talk about that, but there's a lot of Stephen King books that has illustrations. Remember you cried in class because a book your teacher read was sad. She saw you cry, and everyone else was looked at you too, but didn't really mind because you were also kind of smiling. I remember 5th grade. Core memory here. 5th grade. Mrs. Thames was my teacher, and I read because we had like there was a certain part of the day where like you just read whatever book you wanted to read, and I read Where the Red Fern Grows, and I got to the end of the book, and I was just sitting at my desk sobbing. And Mrs. Thames came over and asked what's wrong, and I said, I'm reading the end of Where the Red Fern Grows. And she's like, "Oh my!" And the reading period was like right before recess, and like everybody went to recess, and she's like, "Brett, if you just want to sit here during recess, I'll understand." No one warned me, Ari. No one warned me what was going to happen in that book. That might have been my first. It's a fictional book, but that might have been my first time in my life having to deal with death. You didn't read the book, luckily, but just remembering the movie makes you tear up. It's rough. It is. I mean, it's a great book, but Wilson Rawls was a monster. You watched the movie when you were in 5th grade? So you watched the movie when you were in 5th grade. I read the book when I was in 5th grade. We both basically went through the same thing at the same age. You know my pain, Ari. That was just a cute book about a boy and his 2 raccoon hunting hounds, right? What was that book doing in elementary school? I mean, to be fair, that's about the age bracket for that book. Like, it's not like I was, reading like, outside my weight class. But it was rough. I mean, Moosin, I think it might actually be like I was kind of joking, but I think it might actually be kind of low key, like to kind of introduce the idea of death to children. Like, how can we show kids how traumatizing death can be without killing their pet? Bridge to Terabithia when you were in 2nd or 3rd grade? When did that this is a genuine question. This isn't even like I'm making like a joke about being old thing. When did that book come out? Because I had never heard of that book until the movie came out, and then I found out it was apparently like a very popular book. I don't want to say children's book, but like it was a very popular book for when kids were growing up, and I'd never heard of it, so I didn't know if it came out after I was a kid, or if somehow I just completely missed it when I was a kid. Anyone know? I'm gonna look it up if no one knows. Your pet fish was just sleeping? My parents pulled that on me. Let me tell you the story about my goldfish here in a second. Okay, yeah, Moosin. Yep, that's exactly what I saw. 1977. So somehow I just missed it. Somehow they just never got brought up when I was a kid, that book. Mighty Munchkin, have a great day, buddy. Yeah, we're going to be ending here soon. We got 13 checks left on the Lopunny. Okay, so when I was in... This also would have been 5th grade. Man, that was a year. That was a rough year for a little hefty. Welcome back, Shinies. When I was in 5th grade, my friends and I found a pond that had goldfish in it. And so I scooped out a goldfish and took it home and said, this is my pet now. And my parents like, okay, you know, and my parents like kind of already knew what was going to happen because this is just some random wild goldfish that lived in a little pond. So we got a goldfish bowl and we put the goldfish in it and I named it Speedy because it took forever for me to catch it. So Speedy was my goldfish. And like 2 days later, I came home and Speedy wasn't in the goldfish bowl. And I said, what happened? And my parents are like, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe it jumped out of the bowl and went somewhere. I don't know. We don't know where Speedy is. And I'm just like, well, that's just weird that Speedy would just like somehow hop out of the bowl and leave. So we went to the pet store and we got another goldfish. And this one was a little chunker. This goldfish was a chunker, so I named him Fatso. So we took Fatso home and put him in the goldfish bowl. And like a few days later, I came home and Fatso wasn't in the goldfish bowl. And I asked my parents, what happened to Fatso? And they're like, we don't know. We got up this morning, we looked in the bowl to feed him, and he wasn't there. And at this point, I realized what was happening. I'm a little slow, but I'll eventually get there. And I realized what was happening. And so we go back to the goldfish store, and we get a third goldfish. And at this point, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over getting attached to these goldfish, and then them mysteriously disappearing a couple days later. So I named this goldfish Long, L-O-N-G, because he was kind of a long goldfish. And so Long came home. A few days later, I get home from school. Long's not in his goldfish bowl. And that was the end of the story of Young Hefty and the pet goldfish. I've always been great at naming things. I truly have. Very inspired naming the fast goldfish Speedy, the large goldfish Fatso, and the long goldfish Long. Where were they going? They died. And for some reason, my parents thought it would be better to tell me that they just mysteriously disappeared than to say, yeah, so this goldfish that you found randomly in a pond probably had some sort of bacteria or virus in it. It died, infected the water, infected the bowl, and then that killed the other 2 goldfish. Or goldfish just typically only live for a few days anyway, and they just died. They thought it would be better to just say that the goldfish mysteriously disappeared. Definitely naming some Magikarp, Speedy, Fatso, and Long. You're welcome. Feel free to use that Mewtwo. Yeah, good morning, JJ. Yeah, that was the week of goldfish when I was in 5th grade. I'm assuming by the reaction I remember having, it must have been after I finished Where the Red Fern Grows, because I don't remember being too messed up over it. Please some of you know that goldfish are extremely long-lived and hardy for fish. They can live 15 to 20 years is considerable. Well, not these ones. Not these ones. These ones only lived a couple days. God, I can't imagine having a goldfish for 20 years. All goldfish. Not these ones, Ari. Not these three. Probably in the water. Usually got to put them in a bucket or something in the tank to help them get used to the temperature. Yeah, I don't remember the specifics about how we got them acclimated to the bowl, but I mean, I didn't do it myself. My parents were there too, so I'm sure there was some sort of they were clearly bronze fish, exactly. There's some sort of acclimation process. Chris, what's going on, buddy? Six years, nice. Yeah, no, I think I mean my theory, and I feel pretty confident in it, is that there was something going on in the pond that affected the first fish, and somehow passed it on through the tank or the bowl, which then got the next two fish. Two hamsters. The worst part is that wasn't even your fault. Bob Stein stopped buying hamster food. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Ari. That's unfortunate. I'm hungry. Yeah, Ari, I'm sorry about that. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. We only got a couple checks left on the Lopunny, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of our day. Hey, when we get back for the next stream, if this Lopunny isn't shining the next 3 checks, we're gonna continue the Lopunny hunt. But what should the other hunt be? Here's your options. Let me know in chat which hunt we should do next. Gallade, Lucario, or Heracross. We're going to go to a fighting type. Gallade, Lucario, or Heracross. Which one should we do next? One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. One fish, two fish, three fish, dead fish. I'm sorry, Ari. No one gives me an answer. You're going to force me to pick. We all know I'm going to pick the one that no one wants. Funny how many traumatic stories people had because of hamsters. Yeah, I never had a hamster. All right, Moosin says Heracross. If I don't see anything else, we're going with Heracross. Ari wants me to hunt for Moosin, which I'm not taking off the table. It's just going to take a more difficult setup. All right, this is going to be the last encounter of the day. Before we go, though, I got some thank yous. First off, thank you to Shinies for the raid. That was very kind of you. I appreciate you. Also, Shinies, thank you for the 22 months and the gifted membership. Lobo Gaming, the absolute legend, thank you for the 20 months. Shiny037, thank you for the 4 months. Joyce, thank you for the 23 months. Coldeep, thank you for joining the Poliwag party, buddy. So nice to have you here. Keith, thank you for the 18 months. Jerry, welcome to the Poliwag party. And Ari, thank you for the 23 months. Let's do one more check on the Sharpedo to take it up to 1570. And we'll do the 1000th check on the Lopunny. I got to move that counter now because it's going to drive me crazy. I'll do that after stream, though. All right, here we go. Sharpedo, 1570. Not shiny. Is the Lopunny number 1000 shiny? Don't hunt me, please. I'm chunk very slow. Not shiny. All right, we will be back on Saturday hunting for Lopunny and Heracross. Congrats on the shiny Gardevoir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kem, for the congrats on the shiny Gardevoir. Guys, have a great rest of your day. If you are participating in the Pokemon Go event, I wish you all the luck in the world. If you have TCG Pocket, I hope all your pulls are rare, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.